Man, are y'all ready to hear about the longest travel journey ever? My name is Craig Liu. Welcome to Traveltography. So basically, I just want to tell you the story about the longest journey that I've ever had to go take some pictures. I was going to Namibia to help research cancer and the different ways that Black people are affected by cancer in our different footprints, such as the Caribbean, America, and Africa. This flight was so long, let me tell you. So there's no direct flight from Namibia to America. You have to fly either through Qatar, Addis Ababa, or Johannesburg. Now, of course, I live in Atlanta, so I flew Delta, and basically it's Delta's longest flight that they can offer. It's over 8,400 miles long. It takes about 16 hours, give or take a few minutes, just because I wanted to see how long it was going to take myself. So basically, I start the timer whenever I start traveling. So when I get to the airport, that's when I start the timer. I'm gonna show you the timer at different points along the trip so you can kind of get the gist. If I gotta travel for 16 hours on a flight, you do too. It took me about 30 minutes to get through security. I had a quick stop at the Sky Club, and then I would say around an hour and 45 minutes, I was boarding the flight. It's the new Airbus A350, comfortable seats, huge plane with like the two aisles, you know, the wide body jets. And once we got on that flight, we were ready to roll. One thing I love to do is put on Anthony Bourdain on any flight that I'm on, just because I kind of look up to him and his documentary type style. The questions that he asks, the way that he kind of like talks to the people in the different countries. About 4 hours into my journey, they cut the lights on because they were going to give us dinner service. I thought the dinner was going to be a little better considering that we were kind of in the economy plus seat, but it was okay. It was like chicken, rice. They did have not a blonde, but a lemon brownie. Fire. I think I ate that first actually. Around 8 hours in, you actually get to see the sun start to rise because you're going against the rotation of the earth. 8 hours in, I'm just pushing buttons on the screen, looking at all kind of stuff. I've noticed that we were going 126 degrees southeast, and we were at 39,000 feet altitude. Don't ask me why I care about that stuff. I'm an aviation geek, and that's just kind of what I like to do. And I even got so bored, I was just watching any movie that came up at this point. Now at this point, the sun is up, and I actually saw Africa for the first time in my life. I forgot to tell you that this is my first time visiting the continent of Africa, and I can neither confirm nor deny that I may have shed a tear when I saw it. It's just a feeling that kind of comes over you like, wow, this is Africa, holy smokes. At this point, the sun is up, like it is bright. Everybody's got their windows open, starting to serve breakfast. So we've traveled for a few more hours, and then the sun starts to set, and we actually touch down about 17 hours into my travel journey. So we finally touch down, we get off the plane, we go straight to customs. Now, customs was empty. It was very quick to get through customs. I was actually shocked. I would say from the moment I got off the plane, through customs, and got my bag, it was like 30 minutes. That's unheard of. Now, because we had an early flight the next day, I just stayed at the Intercontinental Hotel right at the airport. After I checked in, dropped my bags off, changed clothes because I wanted to go out to dinner because I heard that, there's some interesting things that you can try in South Africa. After all that, I got a driver. I told him I wanted to try some different things. He told me he was taking me to the best place in the area called the Emperor's Palace. Now, this place has a restaurant called Tribe, and basically they specialize in like game type meat.
Which is this one here. Let's go to the next one. Some crispy bacon on top. The water of this one here.
What's up, y'all? So it's about 5:30 in the morning. I am getting ready to go to the airport because we are leaving from Johannesburg to Namibia, Windhoek, Namibia. That's where we'll do a safari, staying at this really cool hotel called Amada. So I can't wait to show you what that looks like, doing 2 safaris tomorrow and the next day. And then we'll be going to the capital to do some clinical research. So stay tuned.
So at this point, I'm 28 hours into this journey, and I still have the last leg to complete, which is Johannesburg to Windhoek, Namibia. We had to get to the airport around 7 a.m. just to catch our flight that was leaving at like 9:30. We didn't know how long it was gonna take us to get through everything, this being my first time in South Africa. Let me tell you, I'm so happy we got to the airport early because this line to check in and go through, I think it's like customs, but leaving, was so long. Now, the lunch on South African Airways was actually better than the dinner on Delta. It was like curry chicken, green beans, carrots. It was pretty amazing, not gonna lie. I was very surprised at that. At this point, we're about 32 hours in, and you started to see the landscape change from, you know, the lush area around Johannesburg to kind of like the desert that Namibia is really famous for, like the desert and the plains. Now, the customs in Namibia is really small. They didn't even have all the booths working, and we still got through customs in like 6 minutes. Like I said, our flight was not packed, and they're not landing planes back to back to back. So like one plane can clear customs probably in like 20 minutes. I got through everything at around 33 hours in.
To receive 1,460.
Got money.
So we jumped into a car, and where we were going, this place is called Omanda, and it's a conservation / like luxury boutique hotel that's basically out in the middle of nowhere. We were staying there for like a few days before we started working. What's like one of the best things to see in Namibia?
We're going to visit Etosha. 4 lions, 3 female and 1 male.
So me and a few of the crew that we're working with stayed at this hotel called Amanda, which is like a conservation safari luxury boutique hotel out in the middle of nowhere. And it's about an hour and a half drive from the airport, which is also about an hour away from the city itself, Windhoek.
On this reserve, like the lions, the rhinos, they are animals that has been given a second chance because they were in conflict with humans. So they are released here on the reserve as a second home for them.
Once we got there, our rooms weren't ready, so we just kind of hung out. Of course, I saw this beautiful pool. I jumped straight in, I laid out. And then once our rooms were ready, we were in for a surprise. Like, these rooms were pretty amazing. So after all that, it took me 35 total hours from checking my luggage in Atlanta to putting my luggage in my room at Omonda. That's a long travel day. So of course we gotta celebrate making this journey.
So we're about to have dinner on the safari. They had a pretty good lunch menu. It wasn't the tastiest, but it was definitely the healthiest. So I was kind of happy about that. So excited to see what they have for dinner. I think I got fish. Not sure how that's gonna go since we're in the middle of safari. But definitely wanted to be on the lighter side with all the walking and things that we have coming up. Thank you.
Welcome, sir.
And because of the climate in Namibia, it can get really hot in the day and cold at night. So I had one of the guys at the hotel set a fire, and after that, I was knocked out. That's my journey. If you have any questions, let me know or write them down in the comments. Like and follow for more. Please subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. I got something special for you.